Hey guys, so today has been crazy on feeds. I'm telling you, if you guys don't have feeds, you really need to go get them. Like, spend the $5 a month or whatever the fazzuck it is. Go find free feeds because they're out there. Trust me. Do your research. Just find a way to get feeds because today, like, it was so worth it. Like, well, I mean, I don't pay for my feeds, but anyways, you know what I mean. So, today was crazy. Yesterday was pretty interesting as well. I don't really know where to start, but let's begin, I guess, with yesterday. I was going to wait to do this video tomorrow, but today was just so crazy I need to vent, like, okay, so yesterday's goings on was interesting. All weekend, Paul has been, like, scavenging, scrambling, losing his mind over Jessica's hex, and has been trying his damnedest to figure it out. He even ended up going to the diary room and asking production for details on the hex and all of that, which technically anybody can do. Any of the house guests can go and ask questions about the temptations and specific hexes and all of that. But I don't think anybody but Paul knows that or has figured that out because everybody else is stupid. But that's okay to do, obviously. Like, I mean, any of them can do that. Paul is just the first one and only one to have actually gone and done it. So, all weekend he was trying to figure that shit out. And he ended up putting Jessica and Cody up on the block because at first he didn't even believe that they had the hex or that she had the hex. He thought that she was bluffing and all of that shit, and I don't know, whatever. Anyways, so yesterday, I think he had finally gotten the details about the hex, or she went and told him. I can't remember. But all day, they were going back and forth about a deal. Her deal was she wouldn't use the hex as long as she had 2 weeks of safety and they went and put Alex up next week. She wanted Alex out. Paul agreed, as did the rest of the house. They agreed on it because they really wanted to get Cody's ass out. And however, and even Alex agreed. Alex agreed to go up on the block as a damn pawn. So Paul, his plan was to put Alex up as a pawn, but really go after Mark or Elena. But they were letting Jessica think that they were going to get Alex out. Classic, whatever, blindside, I mean. And so that was the plan. And then Jessica had asked the DR or production her own question about veto, about the hex, and her question was she wanted to know if she could use the hex after finding out the votes. So after all of the votes went through and she found out what the vote number was, if she could use the hex after that. She can't. She has to use it before, like she has to say that she uses it prior to the eviction ceremony even starting. So she went to Paul with a new plan, or a new deal, which was, well, it wasn't really a new deal. It was more of she was more so letting him know that she won't use the hex if she feels safe. But if she even feels an inkling of danger or of them coming after her instead, then she's going to use the hex and she's going to stop the nominations completely. He didn't like that. He kept reiterating to her that she's not the target, that Cody is, and blah, blah, blah. And he just could not understand why she would even feel that way. She told him, she said, I don't understand why you won't even use the veto on me, and I won't use the hex. We won't have to worry about it. His whole thing, because she had asked him, she's like, use the veto on me. Take me off. I'll feel more comfortable about not using it, and it won't be used. Cody will go home. And Paul's whole thing was, no. I'm not going to do that because if I don't take Jason down, then they're going to have questions. The house is going to have questions. Let them fucking ask questions. Like, really? Like, it was so frustrating to watch because it was like, Paul, you really think that she can trust you after last week during her HOH? You convinced her. Sorry for my boyfriend. He's playing his game and he's talking to his friend. And like I said, I was going to do this video tomorrow when he wasn't here, but I need to vent. It's like, Paul, really, last week you had convinced her and Cody that you guys were going to get Josh out. And then you ended up completely, well, not completely blindsiding her because she knew that Ramses was going to be going. But you ended up completely going against your word. And now you're confused as to why she wouldn't trust you. Now you're wondering, oh, why do I have to take you down why do I have to use the veto on you? Why don't you trust me? Well, bitch, because you told her last week that you were going to get Josh out, yet Josh is still in the damn house. Obviously, she's not going to trust. It's just frustrating. It really was. Like, it really bugged me. I don't understand. Like, for me personally, I feel like you would be an idiot to trust Paul, especially after last week. She would have been a fool to straight up trust him like that. Like, I don't know. But a lot of fans are like, that would have been smart of her to not use the hex, because then that buys her 2 weeks of safety. Blah, blah, blah. It gets Cody out, and he ruined her game. Meh, meh, meh. Well, I see that point. I get it. But at the same time, it's Paul. And these people would be fools to leave Jessica in the house. She's a much stronger competitor than Cody is. And I can easily see Paul come Monday or Tuesday, Paul being like, you know what? No, let's actually get Jessica out of that house. She's not going to use the damn hex because she thinks that Cody is going to be going home. Let's get her out instead, and then we'll go after Cody next week because he's a shitty player. That's what I can see Paul doing, and I feel like Jessica would have been a fool to trust Paul, especially after last week. He's too smart. He knows that Jessica's a better competitor than Cody is. He has said this. He said this to her. So I really don't think that Paul would follow through with his little agreement. I think he would have gotten the rest of the house to turn and actually go after Jessica, knowing that she's not going to use the hex. So in that, I kind of think that she's making the smart choice by not using it. So that happened. And then yesterday, what also happened was Cody and Jessica had a little love spat. Well, it was actually kind of Cody being a little baby bitch, but whatever. So in one of Paul and Jessica's conversations, it was actually the initial conversation, I believe. I can't fully remember, but it was in one of the conversations that they were having. Paul told Jessica that week 1, Cody said to someone, I forgot who, I think it was Matt. I don't know. Side note, every time I see Matt, I just see a walking cum rag after that whole hand job cum situation. Like, him and his orange shirt just gross me the fuck out. Ever since Raven gave him that hand job and he used the cum rag to clean a dish, like, that's disgusting. So now, every single time I see Matt, I just see a cum rag. Moving on. So, someone, I think it was Matt, told Paul that week 1, Cody said, we need to keep Alex and Jason in the house so that they can get rid of Jessica, Elena, and Raven, I think it was. And so Paul told Jessica that. Well, Jessica went and asked Cody about it and was not necessarily questioning his loyalty, but asking him, did you say that? Cody was like, yeah, I said that, but that was week 1. Like, things have changed. She had asked Matt about that. He said that too. And she even asked Mark about it. And both of them said, don't hold that against Cody because that was said week 1. Things have completely changed. Like, I mean, hello. They've all said things week 1 that have completely changed. So Cody saw that as her questioning his loyalty or some shit. And he threw like a baby back hissy fit. I I have to admit, the whole thing made me lose a little bit of respect for Cody because he was acting stupid. He really was, in my opinion. She asked a question honestly and like simply and maturely, and he went in just... It really bothered me. It really did. He was pouting. He went like 3 hours without talking to her. She kept trying to talk to him about it. She kept trying and trying. And he was just giving her the cold shoulder. And it was just stupid. It really was. They ended up making up like, I don't know, like 2 or 3 hours after the initial conversation. And by make up, I mean have sex. But it was just like, Cody, come on. Oh, my lights aren't on. Can you turn my lights on? It looks ugly. Oh, sorry guys. I didn't even realize until just now how... I hate how that looks. It looks horrible to me. They just look like dangling, like, jellyfish tentacles. Oh, so much better. Now I look green. Oh no. Anyways, I'll be green. It looks better than those jellyfish tentacles. So, moving on to today, because today was worky. Sorry, I'm also filming this on my laptop, not my regular computer. I mean, my regular camera. I'm a mess right now. Anyways, so today was crazy, and I just love this game so much. I just... So, veto happened. Paul ended up taking Jason down, which I expected, like, hello. And something happened during the veto ceremony. I don't know, but something happened. And feeds came back, and they were crazy. Now, I didn't watch the initial, like, directly after, but I did watch up to the point where Josh, Cody, and Jessica were in the lounge room, and they were having a conversation, and it got a little heated. Paul... I'm just so green. Cody told Josh that he is disgusting. Jessica and Josh were just going back and forth a little bit. Paul was listening in on the conversation. Xmas was too, with her foot and her scooter. Yeah, anyways, so Josh and Cody kind of were like starting to get into it. Cody called him disgusting. Then Josh said something and Cody just left. He took himself out of the situation, which I feel like is the mature thing to do, but whatever. Actually, can you turn them off? Because I'm green.
What?
Can you turn them off?
Turn what off?
The lights. It's turning me green. Okay, sorry guys. I ended up turning them off. So there's Paul, right? He's standing in front of the damn door listening on the conversation. Cody goes and he goes to get a drink, and like I said, he was taking himself out of the situation. Paul decided to start instigating and asked Cody, "Oh, so you said that I'm a character in this game? You think I'm just a character?" "Yes, Paul, you are a little fucking character. You're a gnome. Go be a gnome somewhere else." Like, anyways, so Cody wasn't having it. He told Paul, he's like, "I don't have anything left to say to you." Paul was like, "Oh no, because you're going to say it all behind my back." Like, really, gnome? Are you really trying to act like you say things to people's faces regularly? No, you do the most talking behind people's back I've ever seen in my life. In my life. And so Cody takes himself out of the situation again and goes into the room. Paul tells Alex, "Oh yeah, did you know that Jessica was making a deal with all of us to get rid of you?" Yes, she knew, but Paul's being stupid and instigating. So Alex, she plays along and she goes, "No, I didn't know." And she goes, runs to Cody and is like, "Did you know that Jessica was making a deal with the house to get rid of me next week?" God, I hate her voice so much. And she's always saying, "Dude," it's annoying. Shut up. And Cody was like, "No, I didn't know that. Nah." And then, what do you know? The rest of the house goes and follows Paul into the bedroom where Alex is questioning him, just like little puppies. You know? And it's just, it's so disgusting to see. It really is. in my opinion. My most humble opinion, it is sad to see all of these grown-ass adults following Paul and his no-mass like little doggies. Like, and they're not even adorable. They're not. Anyways, so that whole thing happens, and then it starts getting a little heated in there. And so Cody, for the third time, tries to take himself out of the situation and goes back into the lounge and goes with Jessica. At this point, Jessica's already kicked Josh out. She's like, I don't know why we're having a conversation. Can you please leave? And then shit just blows up. Cody and Jessica are in the lounge. Paul has recruited his minions and his bitches to start terrorizing and all this stuff. They're all wearing tutus because apparently that's their uniform, like ballerinas. I don't fucking know. And so Josh and his insane ass gets the pots and pans again, opens the lounge door and starts banging them and is like, da, 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 da. And it's just like, really, Josh? And Jessica's playing along. She's like throwing apples at him. She's laughing. I think she thinks at this point that they're just joking and all of that. And then so she goes out of the lounge to grab the apples that she threw so she could put them back. And Paul is like, we have questions for you, Jessica. And Jessica was like, what? Like, okay. And so she's like, okay, ask away. And so what did he ask? I forgot what the first question was, but they just started asking these whack-ass questions, and she was answering them quite calmly and matter-of-factly. And then out of nowhere, well, not really out of nowhere. I mean, Alex asks, where were my ears? Because her cat ears, at one point, Raven, who has admitted to hiding them, hid them and also was pouring out Alex's Coke. And there is a clip somewhere of Raven admitting this. And Jessica had told, who did she tell? Jason. I remember seeing this. She had told Jason in the have-not room that it was Raven who poured out Alex's Coke and who had hid Alex's little stupid cat ears that I wish someone would break because they're really annoying and just like, you're how old? Why are you wearing cat ears all the time? All the time. And Alex was like, where were my cat ears? And Jessica was like, they're on your head. What are you talking about? And then the whole Raven thing gets brought up. And then that's when Raven decides to chime in. And she starts yelling and swearing. You threw me under the fucking bus. Blah, blah, blah. And she called Jessica a cunt and a bitch and all of this shit. But I guarantee you, if Jessica had called her a cunt, all of these people would have been like, oh my god, Jessica's a bully. Oh my god, I can't believe she used the word cunt. The word cunt is such a disgusting word, which I don't really understand. All females have one, and that's where life exits. Like, I don't really understand the whole, like, the word cunt is offensive. I guess I just don't find words offensive. Yeah. That's why trolls don't bother me, because I'm like... Anyways, so... And mind you, this was all conducted by Paul and his bullshit. He has a plan to just terrorize Jessica and Cody. He said numerous times that he wants to provoke Cody to the point where Cody hits him and gets kicked out of the house or even sent to jail. He has said that verbatim. He has said that. And so all of this is being done on the orders of Paul. In fact, earlier, Raven was fake crying on the orders of Paul. And she even took it to the point where she was like, Cody, he has made me remember past experiences of sexual assault. I can't take anything she says seriously because I feel like half of the shit that she says is simply for shock value or sympathy. So I don't even know if what she said was true. I don't know if she has been sexually assaulted in the past. I don't know. Nor do I necessarily care because I have zero sympathy for this girl. She's been proven to be a sneak and a liar and a scammer, and I just Raven just really grosses me out, to be quite honest. And I honestly don't care if anybody hates me for saying that. She is a proven scammer. And she legitimately does things for sympathy and for attention. So if she does have a history of past sexual assault, that sucks. I'm sorry. But I also don't think that it's cool to try to say, oh my God, Cody has brought up past memories of experience with sexual assault. Really, Cody has done this. When in week 1, you were saying that Josh was peeping in on you while you were in the shower, but Cody's the one that is giving you memories of past sexual assault? Really? Like, that makes zero sense. Like, does this girl not remember things that she says? And then Paul had commanded Josh to go and terrorize Cody and Jessica with the pots and pans again. Like, it's been a thing. So this whole fight, Paul was just watching everybody like, my little children are at work. And that's great for him. Awesome. But it's just so sad to see these grown-ass adults being so blind. Like, have they never seen this game before? Do they not know what is going? Like, I don't get it. So, again, Cody tries to take him and Jessica out of this situation, and they go outside to the hammock. Who follows them? Paul and his bitches. That's who. And they go outside, and they start yelling and screaming and looking like idiots again. And it's just so sad to see. And Raven is yelling and cussing and flipping out. And then production calls Paul into the DR, and they tell Paul that they can't. Something like, you're not allowed to talk about provoking violence, and no more self-evict speak, because they were trying to get Cody to self-evict. All the while, Jessica and Cody are on the hammock, and they're pretty much just like, these people are crazy, and they're not giving them any kind of reaction. They're literally just laying there talking amongst themselves. And to me, I thought it was rather funny. So fast forward a couple, and at this point, the DR production is calling Alex into the DR, Raven into the DR, Josh in the DR, scolding these people because they're acting like fools. And everybody in feed chat was going off. Everybody in Facebook was like, these people are bullies. These people are ridiculous. And it was just really interesting to watch. And it was so fucking awesome. I love feeds. And so like an hour or so after that, we get a megaphone. Yay! I love feeds. I know I feel like I look crazy right now. But so they're all outside, and someone goes by with a megaphone. And if you've been watching my videos for how long have I been doing these now? For like 2 years, then you know I love a good megaphone. And I was there to see it or hear it. And a fan, I don't know who, we don't know who. Normally it's BB Tunes, I think. What's his name? Forgot his name. Normally it's him who drives by with the megaphone and yells something. I don't know if it was the same guy, but he said, America loves Jess, Paul is a bully. And then we went to feeds, and I know he said that because I listened to that shit like 50 times with earplugs, full volume, and that's what they said. And then, of course, production decides to act like we don't hear that, and so they go on feeds break, which really bugs me, because what they do is they go on feeds break, so it's fish, and they do it every time one of the house guests talk about what the megaphone person said. And it's like, really, production? You really think that we can't go back and hear what they said? Like, why are you trying to act like we don't know that a megaphone guy just drove by and said something? Like, we know what just happened. We heard what just happened. We can rewind. And you're not fooling anybody. Just because the house guests are talking about it amongst themselves means nothing. We know what just happened. We know what they said. Why are we doing feeds break? They do it every single time and it really annoys me. But, you know, whatever. So that's what happened today and it was fucking awesome. So I wanted to do a video about it because I wanted to vent for a second. And yeah. I'm telling you guys, feeds are great. I love them so much. Anyways, so at the moment, Paul and his bitches are kind of sulking because production told them off. Jessica and Cody are off to themselves, keeping themselves separate, you know. And it's actually quite boring now, but it's just so annoying to see. And then there's people in, like, the few in Feeds chat who just are all about how great of a game Paul is playing. And I just don't get it. Like, I really don't. He should be playing a good game. Like I said, he's a vet. He should be playing a good game. And he made it to Final 2 last season. So, I guess we can just say that I'm not impressed with his gameplay. Because I feel like it should be good. Now, if you were thrown into a house with all-stars who actually play, not like vets who are like James who play a shit game, but vets who actually legitimately play and can give Paul a challenge, then I might be impressed with his gameplay. But throw a vet who made it to Final 2 on his season as a noob into a house full of noobs who are complete sheep, then no, why would I be impressed with that? No. And so at this point, it looks like Jessica is going to be using her hex. Paul, I feel like, still has hope that she won't. They keep saying that it'll be best for her game if she doesn't. But to be quite honest, I feel like she would be an idiot to not use it because they themselves have said that she is now a bigger target than Cody. So if she doesn't use it, then I feel like they're going to vote her out anyway, so she might as well just fucking use it. That being said, I hope she uses it. I love feeds. I really can't stand Paul, and I really am looking forward to the day that he goes home. And yeah, today was crazy. Raven, she can go fuck herself. And that's that. It was just insane today. So, sorry for the kind of wacky video, but I needed to vent. Like, I really did. My boyfriend doesn't care. He'll listen to me vent, but he doesn't really watch, so he doesn't really care. But, yeah. So, let me know in the comment section what you guys thought about this whole day. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in a couple of days. Bye!